Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 in the series with Sonik versus WarchiefRich. Sonik currently has a 1-0 lead in this series as we go ahead and speed things up to the 8x speed. WarchiefRich spawning as the red Night Elf on the top left-hand side of Crystal Kingdom 1.3. Meanwhile, we have Iron Sonic or Sonic spawning as the yellow Night Elf on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Alright, heroes should be out right now. It is going to be Demon Hunter against Demon Hunter. And both sides pretty much doing the same exact thing over and over as they are now clearing out the Tuskar Healer creep camp off of this little section right here. Other player off to the north, WarchiefRich, clearing out the 333 Ice Troll Trappers as the Ancient of War now making its way over to this gold mine. What is going to be happening next? That is going to be the big question as Iron Sonic or Sonic now making his way across the map. He's going to try and looks like he's going to try and shut down his opponent in terms of creeping. But on Crystal Kingdom, I actually scratch my head at this maneuver just a bit. Now, Sonic, you can perhaps do that on a number of other maps, but Crystal Kingdom is rather large. And with the number of creep camps on this map, I don't know how much damage you are really going to be able to do. WarchiefRich already moving around with those wisps, not really that concerned, walking from one side to another. Actually, that was a give me wisp. Not quite sure what exactly happened there. That wisp could have gone anywhere but there, and it would have been fine. Entangled Goldmine now dancing wisp all across the location. Here you're going to see with pushing through in back and forth as now Sonic is spending a lot of time investing in this area off over here. Now the other Demon Hunter finally has shown up. We can see that there is level 2 mana burn or level 1 mana burn as we are now looking at the front door being completely wide open. Archers are in position. Wisp is also right there. And the Demon Hunter, wow, the Wisp purposely made room for the other Demon Hunter to escape. That is a bit of a surprise as we are now going into the Ultra Vision research. Ultra Vision, very important, being able to see all the way across the map, or being able to not see all the way across the map, being able to see your full sight range even at nighttime. Demon Hunter now going after this forest, an Ice Troll Berserker here. Ancient of War has suffered a fair amount of damage. And now this Huntress, oh, I believe the Huntress actually got the steal right there. And then now is going to Shadow Meld. Level 2 on the Demon Hunter here. Level 1, almost level 2 on the Demon Hunter here. I would have suspected that was at level 2 if he had finally gotten the kill, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, Demon Hunter now wandering around, heading back down to the south here, trying to take down an archer or two. You can see there is a bit of shadow melded units, and this is just not looking good. Sonic is going to have to back off here. He is still behind in terms of level, and he is going to be behind in terms of items in just a little bit. The Dust of Abhorrence, no Boots of Speed, surprisingly. I'm not quite sure why he didn't. Oh, the Boots of Speed was already purchased by Sonic. So Sonic already with the Boots of Speed and now using a Lightning Shield on a Wisp. That is incredibly, incredibly resourceful. That Lightning Shield is one of those items that normally goes underused the most, but the way it is being used now, it could actually do a lot of damage if it actually can make its way into that location right there. If it could just get into that corner. No, not going to get into that corner at all as the Demon Hunter now runs back to try and protect. All right, we're not going to get very far in any of this action right now as both players are now set up to go into Tree of Ages, drop down double Ancients of Lore. There's one, there's two. Off to the north, we should be seeing the same exact thing happen once more. Wait for it, wait for it. Ancients of Lore now done. Train a Wisp. There is one. Where is two? All right, no, only one Ancient of Lore and training up the Keeper of the Grove. Second Ancient of Lore should already be trained up here in just a second. Not quite sure why it isn't, as the Demon Hunter now trying to come over here to try and protect his units. However, unable to, as there is this invisible wall right there. All right, you will be unmuted momentarily, but please do not spam again. All right, so SK Hot, I don't know what spamming there was, but thank you for doing exactly that. Oh, wow. Lightning Shield purposely being used in this location. This is actually a beautiful, beautiful, unheard of design here. Purposely using Lightning Shield to deal a significant amount of damage back towards these Huntresses just by sitting in this location. There's some detonations right there. The detonation did remove that Lightning Shield, but that was pretty much a win there. But Sonik needs to back off with this one Huntress, and oh, does not get away. Keeper of the Grove gets his roots into that target, and well, that's the end of that Huntress. Now, making our way back over here, Keeper of the Grove is now out for Sonik. Let's take a look back over here. Another Huntress now taken down, and that is going to be just adding fuel to the fire as WarchiefRich is looking absolutely spectacular in this game. Tree of Eternity now being added. There's a single Ancient of Lore. I still don't see a second Ancient of Lore. Dual Ancients of Lore are ready to go here, so the Dryad count could really hurt the Huntresses in the mid-game here. Dryads dealing significant damage to those Huntresses while not really taking that much from their opponents either. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter now going to be testing the waters, still sitting at level 1. And I think we can all see where this game is already going. Sonik already behind in terms of units because of the timing of that Keeper of the Grove being able to get in 2 entangles, and now also behind in terms of experience, only sitting at level 1. We may see a mana burn on that Keeper of the Grove. No mana burn there. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2. There is a little bit of damage there as the Demon Hunter now trying to back off. All right, Huntress now coming in, or trying to escape there. You can see the remaining units now trying to get back here. Keeper of the Grove is taking a little bit of damage. Arachnid going to get taken down, giving level 3 to the Demon Hunter. Keeper of the Grove may try to get to level 2 here. And this is one of those situations where you wonder, do you really want Thorn's Aura before your opponents have the Bear? Without the Bears, the Thorn's Aura just pretty much becomes moot and completely useless except against the Demon Hunter. But I do think that Thorn's Aura will still be teched anyways, just because that is the late game or long game tech. There is an Ancient of Lore, and so there was in fact 2 Ancients of Lore. I just did not spot it on the mini-map. All right, let's go ahead and make our way back around 35 over 50 for Sonik. Meanwhile, WarchiefRich sitting at 39 over 40. I believe Sonik is just now about to get to level 2 on his Keeper of the Grove. Even his Keeper of the Grove and his Dryads were missing their targets as they were forced to attack uphill. Meanwhile, back over here, Keeper of the Grove now gets to level 2. Demon Hunter, seeing that level 3 really needs to heal up as well. It looks like there is a Tome of Intelligence will be picked up by that Keeper of the Grove, just being a little bit smarter, dealing a little bit more damage, and being able to make a little bit more plays, perhaps with a little bit more mana. All right, Scroll of Healing has been purchased. Demon Hunter, Potion of Invulnerability, 15 seconds of uber goodness for that Demon Hunter to just try and waylay any units that get out of position by chasing them down. All right, back off to the north here. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 1. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2. Orb of Venom. And right now, Sonik is doing everything in his power to even up that experience difference. However, this creep camp in the corner, even though it is a red creep camp, is rather difficult to creep out, not just because of the level of the creep camps, but also because of the healing wave and the rejuvenations. I believe there's also rejuvenations, yeah, that come in from these units. So even though their relative hit points is rather low, they're recovering it so often, and with Frost Armor, that it becomes rather difficult. Iron Sonik, so, is going to get to level 3 on this Demon Hunter. There you have it. Potion of Divinity. 25 seconds of invulnerability in an upcoming fight, and that is gonna be, my friends, a very important play in the upcoming fight. Keeper of the Grove down to 470 mana. I don't really know if you can say down to 470 mana. With that much mana in the bank, should be able to do plenty. Also, bringing in bears over to the Fountain of Mana, that is going to mean a lot of rejuvenations on the Demon Hunter when the time comes. All right, there's one rejuvenation already. You can see the Fountain of Mana, how quickly it is offsetting the mana in that Druid of the Claw. Keeper of the Grove of Sonik now seeing that level 3. So Sonik is doing a great job so far of just coming back into this game. Fountain of Mana really being treated like a fountain of power, being able to recover not only mana but hit points with the help of the Druid of the Claws. Back over here in the bottom left, level 4, level 3, Scroll of Protection, Scroll of Healing on that Keeper of the Grove. Meanwhile, Potion of Invulnerability, Scroll of Healing. Both sides using those scrolls of healing to try and mitigate any damage that may fall to those units. WarchiefRich in a little bit of trouble. Scroll of Town Portal now heading back home, I believe. Yeah, Bear in desperate need of help. There's the Abolish Magic. There's a Staff of Preservation. There's a Mana Burn onto the Keeper of the Grove. Are we going to see an Entangle? Yes, we are. And Abolish Magic needs to come around the other way. Staff of Preservation comes the other way, as both sides pretty much using the same exact strategy in order to save their low hit point units. Druid of the Claw, very, very low on hit points right now. Going to use up those Moonwells. This is early Nightfall, so he can, in fact, afford to use those Moonwells as they are, as we're looking at the remaining units now heading back to their respective corners.
The player's forces are under attack.
All right, both of these sides are now going to be clearing things up just a little bit. Keeper of the Grove unable to get that Entangle off on that Dryad. Dryad suffering a little bit of damage. Also, more importantly, that slow poison damage gonna make that escape nearly impossible. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter and Keeper of the Grove, both sitting at level 3, are now gonna be pushing over. And if they do a little bit of creeping here, I would actually be scratching my head. There is no real reason to creep at all. All right, give me one moment. All right, sorry about that. Coming back in, we already see the units now making their way off to the north. You can see back over here, the Keeper of the Grove now just pushing in the back here. There is level 2 Thorns Aura as opposed to level 1. Is it level 2 Thorns Aura? No, so level 2 Thorns Aura versus level 1 Scroll of Town Portal, now purposely used in order to get away and get back home. That was a very, very early Scroll of Town Portal. That Demon Hunter was pretty much caught out of position, and I do not know why the players or the observers are pinging the map so often. My apologies already, as we're now looking at the Keeper of the Groves now making their way back down over here to the bottom right. All right, Druid of the Claw, Mastery there. Units now making their way down over here. Let's take a look. Entangle onto 2 units. There is an Abolish Magic. There's a Roar, and here we go. Scroll of Roar. There is a Roar as well, and both sides are going to be fighting. WarchiefRich does have a potion of invulnerability, but there is a healing ward in the back for Iron Sonic. Sonic should be able to carry that ward into victory there. No, is he going to be able to drop another ward? That is going to be the big question. You can see Bear is just all melting apart here. There is another Abolish, but you got to remember, mana on a Dryad is not free. It does take time to come back, and now you're going to see more and more detonations being used as the Dryads really want to save all of that up. WarchiefRich trying to keep his Bears alive, but it looks like the Bears are going to be falling, and there is the GG. Sonic taking game number 2. I could have sworn Sonic took game number 1 as well, but this is a Night Elf versus Night Elf, making it very difficult. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2. Please stay tuned for game number 3.